Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Happy, whoa, look at that little automobile. Look at that little automobile. Somebody got an upgrade. Somebody got an upgrade because they sat there on the side of the street. When people sit things on the side of the street, that means they either got something new, they got an upgrade, or they're just tired of it. They're just tired of it. Or maybe they outgrew it. Maybe they outgrew it. Some little guy outgrew that one. Some little guy outgrew that one. Happy Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday to those of you indulging in Taco Tuesday. Are you having tacos, taco salads, taco pizzas? Have y'all ever had taco pizza? What are you having? I know one thing, it's nice out here today. And this is probably one of the cooler days. It probably won't be this nice as far as the temperature for a while. Because we're about to be into summer before we know it. We're about to be into summer before we know it. Hey, no, I'm with her. She's just walking ahead of me. That's why she keeps looking back. What is that? It's, you won't come off. Mm-mm. She doesn't want to be. Yeah, she doesn't want to be on the phone. What's wrong with him? You being lazy? He usually barking. Yeah, he usually barking. He's just looking. He being lazy. I'm behind you. I'm right behind you. Okay. You got so far ahead. I can talk to you. I can mute this, and I just talk to you on this phone. I know, I love them. I love them. I'm not talking to anybody. So, yeah, if I do, I'll mute the phone. I'll keep telling you, you didn't have to walk way ahead. You crazy woman. I'm going to put you on here. Not all the time. Because sometimes, yeah, I can go faster if I'm not paying attention to it. Somebody will. Uh-uh. They can't see you, you crazy girl. Hey, Brilliant. Hey, my beautiful sis. Hey, Brilliant. Brilliant, my cousin is with me today. She is so, she does not want to be on this camera, so she's walking ahead of me, and I'm on the phone, so I guess I'm going to have to mute now. I told her I would mute. I'm going to have to mute her. She does not want to be on the camera. And I told her, I'm not going to put you on the camera. So she was like, I know you won't put me on there, but what if you make a mistake? I was like, okay. So she's ahead of me. She walks with me from time to time. So she's walking with me today. And today, usually I'm ahead of her, but today I told her to go ahead and leave so that she could be ahead of me. So I have a partner today, but it's my cousin. It's my cousin. It's my cousin. You hear my little friend barking at me? You see him? he was looking back at you like like I'm not gonna bark too much. Hey, girl dad. Girl dad said hit that like button. Hi, Lions. A brilliant blessed mess. Hope y'all having a terrific Tuesday. Just stopping through to say happy Taco Tuesday. I know, right? About to get back in this garden. Much love. What you doing in the garden, girl dad? Before you go, let us know what you doing over there in the garden. What you planting today? Are you planting anything new, or are you just taking care of what you already? You're just taking care of what you've already planted. Today is better, Lance Pride. How are you doing? Hey, cousin. Lance Pride don't like the don't let the camera either believe me, cousin. She won't make. No, no, no. I'm not gonna do that. You know, she was like, I don't want to be on there. I don't want them to hear me talking either. So she's on the Bluetooth. So I got on the Bluetooth, and I told her. I was telling them just the other day. I'll walk briskly. I might jog from time to time or skip, but I'm not running, because if you run, there's no telling what happened. The camera go everywhere. Look at Brilliant. Brilliant, don't you scare girl dad off. Brilliant says, girl dad, how was it, King? He says he's planting planting more watermelons, tomatoes, and green beans. That sounds good. That sounds good, girl dad. I love all three. I love watermelon, tomato, and green beans. I love all of it. Look at Brittany with the eyes. Girl dad, look. Brilliant is getting straight to business. She getting straight to business. Brilliant. We gotta let him. Maybe he's still processing. Okay? Brilliant. Maybe he's still processing. You know how you go on a date and overall it was good, but there are some things that you're thinking about, you're considering, you're processing. And that doesn't mean a bad thing. That means that it could be a lot of good things. A lot of good things. You know, it could be still being a really great date. Brilliant. He said he was just stopping by. So I can't put it on you, Brilliant. I can't say you ran him off. Because he said he was just stopping by. Uh-oh. Brilliant. It was okay. Just vibed out. Taking it slow. I don't want to bring no one new around my daughter yet. See, good dad. That's a good dad. That's a great dad, actually. That's a great dad, actually. Because that's exactly how you're supposed to be. Take it slowly. You know. Take it slowly. You know, so that you can make sure. So that you can make sure that that is somebody that you want to, you know, bring around. Because when you bring people around, your kids, especially young kids, you want to make sure that, you know, they're great potentials to be there for a long time. To be there, bring them around, you know, your children. So that's a great way to do it, girl dad. Because, you know, sometimes I've heard people say everything was going so well, you know, just right. Then they start to bring them around the kids, and everything goes well, you know, a little bit longer. But then all of a sudden, things go south. They go haywire. They go left. Not right when. Sometimes it's right when, but a lot of times it's right after the kids start to get used to them. So it's like, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. So it's good. It's nice that you guys had a nice time. Take it slow. Take it slow. Hey, take it slowly and see where it goes. Take it slowly and see where it goes. And before introducing her to our little girl dad, we're going to make sure it's on the right trajectory. The right trajectory. It was feeling so good out here. The sun is trying to make another appearance before actually setting. The sun is trying to act up a little bit. Don't do me like that, son. Don't do me like that. You've been good. You've been good for 16 minutes, okay? You've been good for 16 minutes. You haven't been harsh. Hang in there with me, son. Hang in there with me. Go ahead and chill out a little bit with the clouds. Chill out behind the clouds a little bit. Because it feels so good out here. It still feels good, though. It still feels good. There's a light breeze. So, girl, Dad, are you having tacos today? If you're still here, are you having tacos today? Green says, I know that's right, girl, Dad. Much respect. That's so important. Yes, it is. Shout out to you, King. Speaks volumes about your character. Right. Because, I was about to say, I guess because we're talking to a man. That's what so many men, they're so quick to take their children around other women. That's not good. But you know what? I can honestly say a lot of women are quick to do that. Too many are quick to do that as well. Allow, new potential mates around their kids. And some of them aren't even mates. Some of them really don't offer, they don't show good potential. Some of them don't show good potential. To be around your kids, at least. Some of them don't show good potential for that. Some of them don't. So you want to be real careful about, who you bring around. And then it's not to even say that they would be harmful in any way to your child, but you just don't want to give them that picture of constantly bringing new people around, or just bringing new people around too quickly. Because even though we preach, like we said, we always say, do as I say. And then people will say, do as I say, not as I do. That's like a complete oxymoron. It's like a complete oxymoron. How can you expect someone to do as you say and not as you do, if what you're saying is the complete opposite of what you're doing? That's just a ball of confusion when you're talking about young kids. And it's just like I was saying yesterday, actions speak louder than words. So yes, words are important. Words are very important. But if you say something and then your own actions go against what you say or what you preach, that's a total oxymoron. That's an oxymoron. So when you have that do as I say, not as I do attitude, or you show, especially when you're talking about kids and young people, you're saying to do one thing. That's just like a preacher. If a preacher says, he preaches about fidelity, you should be faithful, you should be this and you should be that, and you see him out in the community being unfaithful to his spouse, then how are you supposed to listen to him whenever he's talking about being faithful to yours or to anybody? You got to practice what you preach. You got to practice what you preach. And if you're not going to practice it, then don't preach it. We all know right from wrong. But if you're not going to practice what you preach, then don't preach it just yet. Wait until you're ready to practice it. If you're not going to practice what you preach, don't be so quick to preach it. Don't be so quick to preach it. So, but overall, that sounds good, though. That sounds good. He said they just vibed out, taking it slowly. So that sounds nice. That sounds nice. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need is somebody to kind of hang out with. Somebody to kind of hang out with and just be friends with at first. And if you're looking at her differently, and you're looking at her to be more than just friends, you're looking at her as a potential mate, it's still good to take it slow. Take it slowly, like you said. Because even if it doesn't work out as far as a relationship, maybe it will work out like a friendship. You know, having good friends is really important. Having good friends is really important. So a lot of times people are so, unless something, awful happens or there's a rift, people are quick to leave a relationship. We're not going to really label it as a certain type. But like you said, when they're getting to know each other and one person may do something that rubs someone the wrong way, and people are quick to say, oh no, they just throw their hands up and walk away. But sometimes, when it comes to a potential mate, even if it doesn't work out that way, sometimes you guys can still be good friends. Sometimes you can still be good friends. Ren says, exactly, you gotta be friends first before anything. Right. And so by him saying taking it slowly, now, if there's an attraction there, of course the attraction is there. It's gonna be there. There's really nothing you can do about it. But you wanna, learn about them. Take time to learn about them. Don't just go with the attraction. Don't just go with the physical attraction. Because, most of the times, that's what first pulls us to a person. That's what first draws us to a person. Unless now, that can be different. Like if it's someone that you work with, I've heard a lot of people say, like when they marry someone or they're in a long-term relationship with someone, and they'll be like, he was not my type at all, or she was not my type at all. But they work together. So in working together, like Brilliant said, that friendship developed. The friendship developed, and they ended up becoming a couple. So there are a lot of people who will say, he wasn't even my type, or she wasn't even my type. I hear couples say that a lot, and they joke around with each other, and then they'll say, but whatever caught me, or whatever, she snatched me up some kind of way. But most likely what happened is they developed a friendship first, probably without even knowing that. Because I have seen people, I have worked with people who said that they totally were not, they would totally have not been first choice had they been out in the mall, had they been out at a club, at a bar. They would totally not have been each other's first choice. But got married and had a family because they became friends first. They were co-workers and they liked each other, they laughed, they were able to enjoy work together. Next thing you know, they were going out. So, building something first before starting to build on something that's a little bit more complicated oftentimes helps. It oftentimes helps. Brittany says, very important. Exactly, Lion's Pride, because when the physical attraction is gone and nothing is left, it's hey, when that physical attraction is gone and you haven't made some other type of connection, it's like, oh well, what's next? It's like what's next? You start looking for the next, the next good thing, and you may still be involved in a relationship, and that ain't good. That ain't good. Hey, Six Balls, what's up with it, Lion's Pride and chat, ladies in the chat? Hey, Six Balls, what you got going on, Six Balls? What you got going on today? Have you done a video today? I haven't seen one. And maybe I missed it. Like I say all the time, sometimes we subscribe to so many people. Y'all, I'll check my notifications and I won't see anything. And then I'll go to a channel and they've dropped several videos. But we gotta stay subscribed because we gotta help each other out. Look at those mushrooms. That's a small one. Don't y'all be out there in the yard picking those mushrooms. Don't be out there in the yard picking those mushrooms to eat. Don't do it. You never know if they're the right kind to eat. You never know. We're not up to anything, Six Balls, if you're still here. We're just chilling, just hanging out. It's a nice easy breezy, beautiful day. The sun was coming out a little bit, but he decided to chill. He decided to chill. If Mr. Beast can say subscribe, I'm going to keep saying it too. Yes, he is. He can. I just think that sometimes when we're subscribed to a lot of people, that's the reason we don't get some of the notifications. So I have to make sure, I have to make sure to go check, especially to people who I like to watch. And people who come over into the live from time to time, I have to go check because I don't want to miss showing them support too. And I just thought about it. I'm like, I know I'm subscribed to thousands of people now. And so I thought about it. And I was like, there's no way I can get all those notifications. So I'm not so surprised now because I used to kind of get like irritated by that. I would be like, oh, like say Jordan, the Jay Jordan. I was like, he dropped a video. I didn't see it. And I had to think about it. Or anybody who comes over here. If I don't see it, I have to think about it. Maybe I'm subscribed to so many people that there is no way I can get all those notifications in my feed. So I gotta make sure I check. Because they want you to. They want us to subscribe. But they want us to be genuine. And I'm like, well, how can you say we're not genuine just because we don't check the channel out all the time? Do you know some of us are subscribed to like 2,000-3,000 people? Like a lot of people. So I have to remind myself of that and remember to go over there and check people out, especially the ones who come in and say hello to me. Hey, Sassy. Especially the ones who come in and say hello to me. Happy Tuesday. Sassy says happy Tuesday. Lions Pride in chat. Let me see. You will get 3 per person per day if you are online. Okay. 3? See, that's the thing though. Like, I get a lot from a lot of people. I'll say, like Adrian Slays. I don't watch her videos as much, but every time Adrian drops a video or goes live, I get all of hers. And it's way more than 3. So it's like some people I get them like routinely, just like everything they do. And then there are other people, they go live or they upload just as much and I don't get theirs. So I just chalk it up to, they can't, if you're subscribed to like 2,000 people and half of those people do a live or a video in a day, and especially the ones who do 2 and 3 and 4, there's no way that the feed can handle that. So I talked to a few of my tech friends at work, and they were like, "You're not gonna get that." They was like, "It's the same thing on Facebook." They said that now the things on Twitter, you kind of get those because it's just a little bit different. I don't know why, but I get in my email, I get my stuff. I get more stuff in my email from YouTube than I do in my notifications. And so I just figured, because at some point your feed just can't handle all of that. But that's one person, Adrian, I get all of hers. If she drops a video at 6 in the morning, if she goes live at 7, I get it. If she comes back later that afternoon and does a video, I get it. In that evening time, she goes to get something to eat, I get it. And I'm like, I don't understand why. She's probably one of the people that I used to go to on a daily basis. So I know that does have something to do with it. People that you watch more, I'm sure the algorithm is going to allow you to see more of their things. But I would like to see a lot of the people who I don't go to see as much too. You have to watch a certain amount of hours of a person's content before you get all their notifications. Girl, I don't know. I just think it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I think like the IT guy told me at work. Of course, it's all about the algorithm, but he showed us one day at work when he was showing us how our bosses could figure out what we were doing on the computer. Oh my goodness. He was telling us how, like you said, it's like those who you watch the most, of course you're going to get those the most. So that makes perfect sense. But then there are some people I watch and I don't get their notifications. And I hear so many other people in the chats say the same thing. So as far as the why I get notifications, for the ones I get that. But the ones I don't get notifications for, I don't understand that. Because that's just like when Sin City comes over here. If I'm not in her live, I'll watch her replay. So, but at one point, everybody was in the chat. Like, not everybody, but so many people were in her chat saying they weren't getting notifications. They were getting other notifications, but they weren't getting hers. And I know my watch hours for her are high. I know they're high. So I think a lot of stuff goes into it. But I think the most simple reason is that sometimes you just, in a day's time, in 24 hours, you just can't handle. You can only handle so much. Your feed can only handle so much. What girl dad said? Hey, girl dad doing that, what he doing, Sassy? I know he was checking his garden. Six Bowl says, hello, Sassy. Yeah, girl dad over there growing watermelon, tomatoes, green beans. He's over there doing it. Girl dad's over there doing it up, y'all. He's over there doing it up. Yeah, I got off my elliptical. I gotta stop. I gotta walk. Cause you know, you get your heart rate down. You're supposed to be winding down. Now, when I'm working out, I'll go up and down, because you need to fool your body. You need to trick your body. But sometimes I just feel like kind of skipping or jogging when I'm on here. And I'm supposed to be doing my second cool down. Because y'all know when I come on the live, I always say that's my second cool down. Because I want you guys to watch the legs, watch the feet, look at the legs and feet move, and be motivated to walk, run, jog, skip. Get on your bike, your stationary bike, your regular bicycle, your treadmill, your elliptical, whatever it is that you have. Dance, skate, swim, whatever it is that you can do to, have some cardiovascular activity in your daily routine. Hey, Angel Eyes. I'm having trouble getting all my views. You have to go to the studio, or the next day you will get all of your views. Yeah, see, I heard that too, Angel Eyes, that, we talking about notifications, but shoot, the views, people aren't fussing about the views. And I know one thing is, when they were trying to get us to use the YouTube app instead of StreamYard and all this other stuff, some people have always used the YouTube app. We were getting a whole lot more views. But now it seems like it was experimental. Now it's not. I think it's either making its way around, or they've found, whatever information they need to find, and it's slacking off. So, because that's just like, some people, I had said something about Adrian. Adrian always used the YouTube app. I think Six Bowls uses the YouTube app a lot. But, some people stopped using StreamYard to see if they could improve their views when they realized that YouTube was on that push to push the vertical streaming. And so now it seems like a lot of us were doing good when they first started to push it. And now, not so much. So I just said, you know what? I hope because when a lot of us were doing good, other people weren't. So I hope it's just something that's just kind of making its rounds. And maybe it'll be back. And maybe it won't. You know how they do, y'all. They'll experiment. And they're going to only let you get so many. Because guess what? The more people who get all those views and all those subs, what does that mean? The more people applying for monetization. The more people apply for monetization. Sassy says, just me online. Yes, that watermelon, tomatoes, green beans. Six Bowl says, Angel Eyes, hey boo. Angel says that just started happening. The notifications be messing up. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Those notifications are something else because it's people who I watch. I'm thinking like Six Bowl said, what she said makes sense. If you're watching people a lot, those who have the most watch hours, who you give your most of your watch hours to. If you watch somebody, basically if you watch somebody a lot, of course you're going to get their notifications. But it hasn't been happening that way lately for a lot of people. I won't say for everybody, but I know a lot of people whose chat I go into, other content creators who I know, they're like, why aren't my notifications being put out? Because so many people come in and say they haven't gotten the notifications. So I'm like, see, that's the reason. That's the reason people should not rely on social media as a job unless you've blown up like that and you've really gone viral like that and you hit that million or something. Don't rely on that as something to put a lot of money in your pocket. Supplemental income, yes. Supplemental income, yes. But 1 minute you'll be getting hundreds of thousands of views on your shorts or your videos, and then the next minute it'll seem like you shadow banned. It'll seem like something, especially like, and don't ever think that you just know something's gonna do good, because a lot of times what you think will do good won't, and what you think is like okay will do great. It'll do great. And that's so funny. Like sometimes it's like the most weird things are what people like to watch and like what they like to see. They like to see the most weird, the weird things, because they're, they catch your attention. The weird things, the funny things, they'll catch your attention because they catch my attention. So I can see how where sometimes the kind of common things we think they'll do good. Nah, it's a lot of times and sometimes some common things do good. But I guess what I'm saying is like a lot of times the things that you most expect to do well don't, and the things that you really don't know, they do great. And so that's with the shorts, that's with your videos, that's with your lives. Sometimes they'll do great, sometimes not. Or either, like I said, they'll have that time frame. Because, and that's even content creators who have like a lot of people in their lives sometimes. Sometimes their views are like blah. And they're like, what's going on? What's going on? So that's why I feel like, and not just YouTube, I think every social media platform is like this. Sometimes they start to make their rounds. Everybody can't get all the views all the time. Angel says, Six Bowls, hi beautiful. Sassy says she's still learning. Angel said that just started happening. Oh yeah. See, the thing about the vertical streaming, that was experimental. They threw it out there. It's just like you get a lot of bees with honey. They was just pushing it. So by pushing it, they're pushing everybody's lives. Everybody was doing good for a minute, or at least a lot of people, because there were some people who said that they still, when people would say, do the vertical streaming, and they were suggesting it. Everybody was telling each other. So if you really pay attention, you would know that was going to be short term. They wanted to do well, of course, and they want your channels to do well. But again, the better you do, the quicker you grow. What does that mean? People apply for monetization. And they don't want it to be that easy. Sixbo says, I know the numbers and the answers to all of this stuff you saying, but I keep it to myself. I look this stuff up. I don't listen to others. See, Sixbo, that's how a lot of people do. A lot of people keep it to themselves. And I ain't mad at them because I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to do. And I know exactly what not to do. And it just depends on what my mission or my goal or my purpose is for that time. I'll do it. But a lot of times, people have to I don't know. You, it's good to share information, but it just, and it's sad to say this, but sometimes you have to be really careful about who you share your information with. Who you share your information with, because I definitely know uh, how to grow, and the things to do. But it's just like parenting. Nobody has the perfect book. So a lot of times, even when you know, it still may not work for the next person. It still may not work for the next person. Because a lot of people say that, and then I look at their channels and I'm like, okay, why you hadn't hit that 1K, that 100K yet? Or why you don't have the 200 or 300 in the chat yet? And if they would ask me that, I would be like, because that's not the thing I'm trying to do. That's not my goal. That's not my mission. That's not my goal. That's not my mission yet. I focus on like kind of one or two at a time. That way I can really learn it for myself and know what's going on. Angel says, last Friday I started out walking at 6 p.m. I walked a little. My legs started cramping and my feet are swollen. I'm trying to catch up with you. Did you drink any water? Did you drink enough water, Angel? I be nervous doing lives. I got to get comfortable with them. Okay, yeah. You got to get, and it's so funny because I see some people, like the people who do those live videos, or they upload those videos like the what's it called? I can't even think of the name of it. But they have the content creators teaching you how to grow your channel and things to do, the do's and the don'ts, what not to do and what to do. It's so funny because sometimes they'll show a video from the very first live that they did up until now, or they'll show a video of the show of they'll put a side by side of the very first video that they did and the videos that they do now, and they talk about how much they improve. And it's like, even some of those people, when they tell you the things that help you grow, and they're good at what they do, their numbers show it, their views show it, everything shows it. So I know, that they're good at what they do, because some of them have even been hired to do what they do. But even when some of them tell us what to do, it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. So sometimes you just have to find out, you have to maneuver and figure out what works for you and what works for the things that you do, because a lot of that takes, is taken into account too. What you're doing, what you like, what you don't like, your niche, if you even have a niche. Some people just love being on here doing shorts. That's what I really like to do. I like to do shorts. And I like to come on here and do my lives, because my live is a time where I can motivate people. But like, as far as just doing lives, to just conduct a live and have a whole bunch of people in the chat, I don't want to do that. But there are ways to do that if that's what your goals are, if that's what your goal is. Hey T Racy. Hey T Racy, welcome in. Look at Bria says, hey Six Bowls. Hey Queen. Yes, Six Bowls is in the building. Six Bowls says people complain about stuff, but but the answer is yes, they do. They do complain. But and then there are plenty of places to find the answer for what we complain about. But then a lot of times you find the best answers by experience. Trial and error by experience. And then sometimes, like I said earlier, when some of these content creators their jobs are to try to teach people to grow, sometimes a person will try and follow what they say, and when it doesn't work, they give up. When it doesn't work, they give up. Just because it's a good way to grow for a lot of people doesn't always mean it's a good way to grow for you. Somebody else may be teaching the class that'll help you grow, but you're watching the wrong class. Watching the wrong class. What you got going on, T. Racy? Brian says, Tracy, welcome to the chat, Queen. Blessings to you. Yes. Thank you, Brilliant. Thank you. Make sure Your notification bell is set to all. Don't miss this positive walking time with us. Yes, and that's what it's meant to be. Positive, positive, positive. Because there's enough negativity, okay? There's enough negativity. So if you want some negativity, go where the negativity lives. Like what the man said, where the money resides. Y'all know where the negativity resides, and y'all know where the positivity resides. Brilliant said, Sixpo says, brilliant, blessed mess, good evening. Hello, dear. Angel says, right lines, Pride. You have to be careful. Yes, I'm teaching myself. I started my channel in 2016. I hit 1K 2 months ago. Okay, yeah, see, some people would say that took a long time, but some people would say, no, it's not, because they'll say they started theirs in 2014 and they're still struggling to get to 2K. So I think a lot of it just depends on what you want to do. You know, what's your goal and what's your mission with it. And don't let people, because people are like little kids. This is what I expect from little kids. When people come to your channel and they ask you, why haven't you this or why haven't you that? A lot of times you don't want to tell them why you have or haven't done anything, because it's a plan that you have. Let them think what they want to think. Because of course, to satisfy their own tongue, they're going to say, oh, she's just not this or he's just not that. No. Sometimes you want to do what you're doing for yourself before sharing what you're doing with anybody. If you see someone with 1 million subscribers and they're not monetized, sometimes that's not their mission. I watch channels all the time, and that's not what they want to do. Like I say all the time, I like to share any and everything that I want to share. So I don't want to have to focus on making sure I'm not sharing this and making sure I'm not sharing that. I just want to do what I want to do, you know. But if you want to become monetized, you know what you need to do. If you're serious about it, you know what you need to do, or two, you will find out quickly what you need to do. And then YouTube tells you what you need to do. They tell you what you need to do. They will definitely tell you. And you get some people, they become monetized within 2 or 3 months. It depends on what their channel is about. Sometimes a person can become monetized off of one live video. It could be about something going on in the entertainment business or in the entertainment world. And this person presents it in such a way till by the time they end that live, their chat has 300-400 people in there, right? And if they've done that live for like 2 hours, they're probably going to be monetized within 2 months or so. Sometimes people get monetized quickly. It just takes one thing to go viral, whether they're intending to or not. One thing goes viral, or one live chat. It doesn't have to go viral. One live chat blows up. One live chat blows up. So sometimes it doesn't even take like studying anything. Sometimes it just happens for you. Some people, it has just happened for them. It took one live. And if it didn't happen in that live, that one live was enough to draw attention to them until the next live or two, they're going to be monetized. Because let me tell you, all this P. Diddy stuff going on, there are a lot of people who have become monetized in the past couple of weeks. Okay? There are a lot of people who maybe had just started out and they became monetized in the past couple of weeks. I hear it all the time. And I don't doubt it, because you see it. I see it all the time. I've seen someone have like 50-something subscribers today. Within a few weeks, they're at 500. Then they do that one great video or that one good live, and they hit 1,000. And you can only imagine what that watch hours were. So they're monetized within a month. So it's like different strokes for different folks. That's why I say nobody has the absolute key. But a lot of people have their own key. So nobody has the absolute key, but everybody does have their own key to success. Let's see. Angel said I'm gonna go back up a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna slow down so I can see. Okay. I'm still learning this YouTube thing. I started 2019. It took me almost 2 years to reach 1,000 subs. Tracy says exactly. Says Sassy speaking. Angel said, I had to put the channel on pause. Okay, your mom got, okay, okay. Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I put everything on pause. See, people never know. And that's why I hate it when I see somebody in a person's chat, or if they come in my chat asking me stuff that's really kind of like none of their business, or like just kind of like personal, because they're acting like really they don't like it. Y'all know how those polite haters be? Those polite haters. Or they want to know, well, why don't you do this? And why didn't you do that? Because I chose not to. Now, the intricate details of why, you're not afforded that, because I don't owe you that. I don't owe you that. Brian says, Angel Eyes sis, definitely understandable. T. Racy says, I just realized it's better to be paid. Yes, yes. And eventually I'll get to my goal. Exactly, exactly. Exactly, T. Racy. And don't worry about what other people have as far as like their views, their content, if they're monetized or not. You may see that they have 10,000 subscribers. You may see that their lives do pretty good. Their videos do pretty good. So why do they have to answer to you to why they don't want to be monetized or why they aren't monetized? Like, everybody's goal isn't the same. I think sometimes people feel like their goal, because this is YouTube, they feel like everybody's goal is monetization. And they could be, they are so far off the mark. They are so far off the mark with that. Because honestly, a lot of people, when they start on here, they don't even know anything about monetization. They just think it's a place where social media was meant to be. Like I always tell y'all, I think the goal of it all was educational purposes, motivational purposes, entertainment purposes. And then you realize that you could be monetized. Some people jumped on that, and that's been the big thing for them. Some people, the big thing remains educational purposes, entertainment purposes, motivational purposes, uplifting purposes, whatever, learning purposes, whatever it is, teaching purposes. For some people, that's the goal, period. Yeah, T-Ray said that's so true. Angel said, I do a lot of shorts. I'm kind of iffy on doing content on P. Diddy. And you know what, Angel Eyes? I don't blame you. Sometimes I get iffy on doing stuff if everybody else is doing it. Because I'm like, how many times can you see somebody tell you what you can see on the news? Or how many times can you see it? Like, it can't be told any differently. I'll use his situation, for example. At first, everybody was saying what they thought and what they believed, right? Okay, so everybody has an opinion, right? So how many opinions do I want to hear? Because at the end of the day, there are two opinions. Well, three. He did it, he didn't, he did some of it. So there are like three opinions. Now, as far as that video coming out, yes, we all have the right to speak on it and have an opinion. But my thing is, after a few people, or a few hundred, few thousand even, go viral, especially, from conducting a live about it or making a video about it, like, how many times do we want to see that video? And how many times do we want to see somebody discuss it? Because as of right now, it's one video. One. So, did some people make bank off of it? Heck yeah. Some people probably still make bank off of it. But that is so funny to me that there are hundreds of people probably right now doing a live about it or talking about it. But what more can they offer that we didn't see from the past? When was it released? Friday? So it's like, I don't, some people, they're really great with the entertainment stuff. I don't really like the entertainment stuff because it tends to get like redundant. It tends to get redundant. Now, if it's the bigger YouTubers who dabble in the entertainment business, who get the real interviews, then that's a different story. That's a different story, because that's almost kind of, it's slightly, well, it's not slightly, it's almost equivalent to like a broadcast show, like Entertainment Tonight or something like that. Something on E News. When people are able to get those or score those big time videos, then yeah, if you're going to talk to somebody who was close to him, yeah, I'm going to watch you. But just regular YouTubers just trying to decipher that video, it's only so much of it I want to watch. It's only so much of it I want to watch. Because, I mean, what else is new to offer on that particular video? He did what we saw him do. It was horrible. It's not really much else to offer. Let's see. Let me go back up some. Yeah, but you never did, T. Racy. You never did. Sassy says, yes. T. Racy says, brilliant, blessed. I wanted to give up so many times, but you stuck with it because T. Racy is one of the very first people I ever interacted with on here. And she's been sticking with it for a long time. When she made up her mind, it was like, things move slow like they do for a lot of us who decide to go ahead and be a content creator. But she stuck with it. She stuck with it. She said she wanted to give up so many times. Angel says, like you said, no one has the formula like you. Right, it only takes 2 videos to go viral. Yeah, nobody has the formula that they can say will work for everybody. That's just like, that would be like saying you have a parenting book that will work for every parent. Sassy says, we all have our own lives to live. Yeah, and then so it's like, how much time can you put into it? Like, I think each person in this live knows what to do if you just want to get monetized for real. Like, if you want to do it quickly. I mean, but I see so many people who are monetized that it's almost like they've abandoned their channels because it's not really worth the hassle sometimes. Yep, 1 video. Tracy says, I know a lot of people may not like my content, and that's fine. That's okay, T. Racy. Look, somebody likes it. And the thing about it is, you like it. You like it. So, yeah, a lot of people, and especially a lot of circles that you may find yourself in, or a lot of people you may interact with, they may not like your content, but you have positive content. And that's the thing. It's hard for people to get with that. I don't know why. It shouldn't be, but it's so hard for people to get with with positivity, with positive content. People like they used to say about broadcast TV, sex, drama, action, all that sells. Whether we're talking about financially or just on a social media app, all of that sells. Angel I says she loves your content, T. Racy. Cispo says there's a million other P. Diddy's out. Ooh, yes. Exactly, Cispo. There are a million other ones out there. And to me, what his situation should have done, and it probably has done it, and I just haven't seen it, was spark other conversation about so many. That's why when I did talk about it, I talked about what he did and how wrong it was, but I also talked about the age difference, the age gap. Like for me, she met this man when she was like 19 and he was 37. I don't care what anybody says about love is love and there's no age and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about teaching our young ladies. A 19-year-old young lady has no reason and no business being with a 37-year-old man because that man is old enough to be her father. Now, once she's like maybe 25 and up, hey, she can be with a 50-year-old if she wants to. But I'm just saying at 19, she's so naive to the world. And she may have done a lot of things. She might have done a lot of sneaking out of the house. That still doesn't mean that she's not naive. She may be doing the things that a grown woman does, but it doesn't mean that she's not naive. And it's the same way. A 19-year-old boy shouldn't be with a 37-year-old woman. I feel like when you're in your 30s, let these 19 and 20-year-olds live a little bit before your old butt try to scoop them up. And if they're trying to scoop your old butt up, you don't have to go. You don't have to go for that. So there are a lot of conversations that can be spurred from that one incident. Yep, they're getting away with this, I suppose. A lot of them doing the same thing that he did, and they're getting away with it. Even still today, him getting caught has not scared them one bit. Angel Eye says, right. Cisco says, but everyone focused on the same thing. Yeah, everybody focused on what he did right there in the video. Everybody's focused on when you even like talk about it. Everybody gets focused on the same thing. Now, when something big happens like that, of course, a lot of people are going to focus on it. But I always try to find another important factor or another important point to focus on. And that's why my conversation was about, you know, yeah, love is love. Two consenting adults can do whatever it is that they want to do. But I'm just talking from a moral standpoint, from, you know, not really ethical, but a moral standpoint. Like, what would you, young ladies, these men who are old enough to be your fathers, leave them where they are. Leave them where they are. Young men, these ladies who are old enough to be your mothers, let them do them. Leave them where they are. Do you get out of college? At 19, that young lady, that was her second year in college. That would be her second year in college. And he would be almost about to retire. Say if he had gone into the military at 18 or 19. At 37, he's about to retire. I'm like, let people, you know, venture. Let these young ladies venture. But see, the young ladies, you can't tell them anything because what they see is what he can do for them. What they see is dollar signs. What they see is what he can do for them, how they can dress, how he can blow their career up, how it can help their family. And you even have some of the mothers and dads, like I said yesterday, you got some of the mothers and dads taking a picture with them, and the daughter's boyfriend is older than the mom and dad. That's crazy to me. So that's what when his stuff came out, all that stuff he did, I just looked at it from that point of view, because I'm thinking, okay, what is she even doing with him? This is like, what, 50 Cent? His girlfriend is like 29. He's 48. Come on now. Now, her, granted, now she's at least, I think she was at least around 25 when they got together. So that's why I say you can't, you know, tell people what to do. And love is love. But ain't nowhere in the world you're going to tell me when it comes to the entertainment business, most of these relationships that are that far apart in age, it's just about these girls wanting to blow up. And do they fall in love? Most definitely. Young women develop feelings quickly. They do. But these men, they're at points in their lives in their 40s where they're set in their ways, and no sooner than one young man looks at her, 9 times out of 10, he's going to become angry. He's going to become angry. He's going to want her to do what he wants him to do, to move how he wants her to move, and all that stuff. So like I said, with 50 Cent, at least that girl is, I call her a girl, but she's like almost 30. And she was like 25 when they got together. At least she had done a little bit. She was in college, but I think she may have been kind of like working on her master's or something. But when P. Diddy got with that girl, and their age difference is probably a little bit about the same. So I'm like, young ladies, when y'all 25 with these 48, 49-year-olds, guess what? About 15 years, you'll be 40. And he'll be like, if he's 48, 15 years, he'll be like 63. Okay, just like men have midlife crisis, some women have midlife crisis. And so yes, love will bring you home at night sometimes. But I'm just saying, when you're 40, 41, women get to those stages in their ages too, where they want to kind of have them a lot of fun too, because they feeling like, well, I ain't 20, I ain't 30 no more, so let me do this. And a lot of those women start to like younger guys. I'm not saying babies, but it's nothing for a 40-year-old woman to be attractive to a 30, 35-year-old man. And then you got this man at home who's 60. Guess what he's going to be saying? Oh, you don't want me no more. I took care of you. And all this kind of stuff. And you know, some of these relationships work. I have a personal friend where it worked. But I don't know. It's just like it's seen so often, and especially in the entertainment world. And so it just makes me feel like she has a goal. She's in it for a reason, and he's in it for a reason. She's in it for a reason, and he's in it for a reason. Will love sometimes blossom from those reasons? Yes. So my big thing about the whole incident with P. Diddy was, let's look at this age difference. Let's look at this age difference. T. Racy says, thank you, Angel Eyes, but some things I won't touch. Laugh out loud. I do want to do more news content. Brilliant says, Tracy, I think I underestimate your platform, Queen. I always hear positive things about you only. Yeah, yes, just brilliant. Do you check T Racy out? Check her channel out. It's always positive. It's always encouraging. It's always uplifting, and she's always motivational. Angel says, T Racy, when you touch on dealing with grief and how we lost our mothers, you're helping someone. Yes, yes, it's helping someone get through the day. Right. T Racy says, I'll take my time. If it's for me to get monetized, it will happen. If not, oh well. Right. Right. And don't let people, because people have a selfishness about themselves where they think their goals should be your goals. Their goals should be your goals. If you see, they don't understand that a lot of people, as far as like monetization goes, they feel like if it happens, it happens, like T Racy just said. Would it be a good thing? Yes. But is it something she's gonna? No. If it happens, it happens. And of course it would be a good thing. Of course she would be grateful for it. But don't. I've seen people literally say, well, when are you gonna do this? Or when are you gonna do this? Don't push her to do something that she may really just not want to do. And if she does, like she says, she's patiently waiting. She's patient with it. Sisbo says, I try to think of things that will help people when I create. Yes, yes, Sisbo does. Sisbo definitely does. She's always giving like beauty tips, health tips, things to help you get along, things to help you improve. She's like a self-improvement channel. And she's fun though. A self-improvement channel, and she's fun. And then she shares the cooking. She shares some of the things about her girls, So it's just like, it's kind of like a variety channel. And it's really, really in a good way. But I do notice she seems to focus on a lot of things as far as like self-care and things like that. Sassy says, Sisbo, you're exactly right. T. Racy says, thank you, ladies. Sassy, brilliant, and Angel Eyes. T. Racy, what you laughing at? Yes, Sisbo, yes. Absolutely. Protect your daughters. These men are creeps. Right. Right. Sassy, yeah. If you're talking about the age, Sassy, yes. I just, and like I said, I know, people are grown. But at least let these young ladies get to be 25. You're 40 years old. You're 37, 38, 39. Why are you dealing? It seems like, what the age reflects to me, with him getting with her at 19. She's younger than some of his sons. Okay, 50 getting with this girl at 25. Like I said, at least in his case, and I'm not trying to give him a pass, but at least she was 25. At least she was old enough to have obtained a bachelor's degree, maybe even her master's degree. But it seems like some of them wait right till they get 18, 19, because they think that they're just fresh. They think that even though they're looking for somebody who's fresh with their old rusty butts. They're looking for somebody who's fresh with their old rusty butts. Green says, Sisbo, say it again, sis. Right. Right, T. Racy. This generation is so different. Back when I was 16, I would have got my teeth not being with, 30-year-old man. Exactly. And T. Racy, okay, like you said, 16 and he's 30. What is that? That's 14-year difference. But then we look at Cassie and Diddy. That girl was 19 years younger than him. 18, 19, 50 cents. 19 years older than that young lady. And I was just looking at that because I was looking at P. Diddy's age difference. And then I saw a young man. It was a young man said, we can't get with y'all because y'all too busy chasing behind old men because y'all think they got the money. And I was like, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. They're thinking that getting with those old men are opening opportunities for them. And some of them, they do get opportunities. I thought, back in the day, I thought Jay-Z and Beyonce was a big enough age gap. I think he's like 13 years older than her. But I'm like, shoot, he ain't got nothing on some of these other men. He ain't got nothing on some of these other men. Sisbo says, I made a lot of mistakes in my 20s. And I tell my daughters that they brain not ready. They not ready. And that's 6 volts. That's what we were saying yesterday. They used to say the human brain isn't fully developed. Yeah, we know right from wrong. We know that we do things. But as far as like the consequences and being naive and being worldly, It's like the mind isn't completely developed until you're 21. And for some people, it's 25. For some people, it's 25. That's why I say let these young ladies at least get to be 25 before you start preying on them with your 35-year-old and older butts. You're 35 and older, and you out here preying on 18, 19-year-olds. At least let them get to be 25. You're older than their parents. Taking pictures with the parents, and you're the oldest man, and you're the oldest one on the picture. That is crazy. That is crazy. Sixball says, thank you. Don't wait until a relationship falls before moving on. Right. Right. Bria says, Sixball sis, I just said, I think she said, wait a minute. She says, I think she means you just said a mouthful. She's absolutely, that's right. Look at T. I know, T. Racy. I'm like, I just sit and I think, I'm like, okay. Even like I said, I take issue with it, even with 50, with the 25, and he's 48. But at least she's 25. Hopefully she's, but 18, 19. I think Beyonce was like 20 and Jay-Z was like 33. And I was like, what she want with him? Like she doesn't. I said, and I felt like that may have really been love, because I'm like, at that time, I don't know about now, but at that time, because I'm like, what doors can Jay-Z open for you? You have kicked the doors down yourself. You, your hard work, your family, her dad, for whatever people think about her dad, he was their manager for a while. You guys kicked the doors down for yourself. So what can Jay-Z do for her? There was nothing Jay-Z could do for her. For real, if you were talking about her career, some people may disagree, but hey, Destiny's Child had kicked the doors down themselves. Destiny's Child had kicked the doors down themselves. Most notably Beyonce, because it was her parents who were managing. And I'm like, sit down somewhere. And then they have the nerves to call women their age old, because they have little nasty reasons for calling them that. But don't you know, just like you're calling those women old, you're just old too, because there are a lot of, just like there are young women younger than us, there are young men far younger than you. And it's going to come a point where these young ladies that you're with now, they're going to start back looking at their peers. When you get like 60, 70 years old, they're going to start looking at their peers. They're going to start looking at their peers. Some of them start looking before the end, especially if they go ahead and get married. Next thing you know, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so are getting divorced after dating for 20 years, being married for 5. Now his 45-year-old wife is dating, look at Kris Jenner. Is dating the 25-year-old, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Sixball, let me see. Sixball says, my niece is 31 and the guy she is with, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, it ain't nothing that I could ever see wanting with somebody that's 34 years your senior. Well, I mean, what do you want? Like, oh my gosh. Honestly, if she had a young mom or a young dad that's like, say, 45, he's old enough to be her granddaddy. He's old enough to be her granddaddy. My mom called him her boyfriend. I said, you mean her sugar daddy. Exactly, Sixballs. See, Racy says 65. Wow. I know, just crazy. Brian says, Tracy, especially after C19, this generation is almost unrecognizable. Well, the babies, it was a lot of babies that were created during the pandemic. It was a lot of babies created during the pandemic. You know what? I think those babies are gonna be sensible. I think those babies are gonna be sensible. A lot of people probably would say otherwise, but I think those babies are gonna grow up to be sensible. Because this generation who's having them, Sassy says that is crazy. Angel says, sorry guys, I'm back. Welcome back, Angel. Sixball says, I saw your video on how you prepared your daughter on self-care. Sixball says, yes. Sixball is always sharing those self-care videos. Those are really great videos. and you can really go to those videos and see different perspectives. Because a lot of us have our own way of thinking when it comes to like self-care and the things they do. But it's always good to see somebody else who may have something that you hadn't thought about, or maybe something that's a little bit different. Sixbo says, thank you, Sassy. That lot small. I'm going to make her another one. Okay, she appreciates you. P. Diddy and Jay-Z was some predators. Oh my gosh. And then it's like, what gets me is these people that say, well, they were grown. Like, yeah, duh, we know that. We know that. But what has happened to the sense of, it's kind of like y'all know how we talk about the village, the sense of a village being not being like what it used to be. Now it's like people's morality, their morals, they're just non-existent. You know, like nobody has limits. Nobody has rules. Where's the integrity? Like nobody has integrity anymore when it comes to being in relationships. They all just want to throw the usual excuse. Well, they're grown. Yeah, they are. But there's a such thing as morals. There are such things as integrity, values, morals, guidelines, restrictions, limits. That's just like some teacher gets caught up dealing with an 18-year-old. Guess what? If that 18-year-old was your student, you just committed a crime. So don't always just chunk it up to they're grown, okay? Because if that 18-year-old and you decide to dabble around in the wrong way with that 18-year-old because they were 18, and you say, well, yeah, he was a student. You're 25 years old and you mess with an 18-year-old young boy in school. Yeah, he is an adult, but you still broken the law, because there is a such thing as morals, values, integrity, and that is actually against the law. So he may be 18, but you abused your privilege. You misused your authority. Hey, Albert, you're here a little bit earlier, Albert. Hey, Albert Miranda, I'm about to get out of here in a little bit, but you're here a little bit earlier. Sixbo says, C. Racy, yes, 65. Angel says, lurking around in the industry. Look at how many of them was attracted to Aaliyah. Look at how many of them were attracted to Aaliyah. And some of them had no shame. Like Timberland. He knew he wasn't her type. And for a long time, I didn't hear him say much. I'm sure he said much behind closed doors. But he finally got to the point where he even admitted in interviews that he was in love with Aaliyah. I was like, what? Like, what in the entire HE double hockey sticks? What's wrong with you men? And like I said, it's not just men, because if we're not men bashing, you got some women who do it too. But I say this, whether you're a male or female, if you're in your 40s, your late 30s, your 40s and 50s, let these young people at least be 25, 26 years old, okay? Let them at least be 25, 26 years old. Angel says, I wonder why is Carisha, I wonder why if Carisha is still with him. Oh, okay. Girl, is her name Carisha or Kanisha? Angel, that lets you know how much I pay attention to him. Is her name Carisha or Kanisha? I don't even know. And the reason I asked is because I saw Kanisha. I saw somebody put Kanisha in the title, and I saw someone put Carisha, but I only know her stage name. Like, I only know her stage. You talking about Young Miami, right? Because I only know her stage name. And so I saw somebody put Kanisha in the title, and I saw another title that said Carisha, and I was like, what is her name? Brian says, Albert, thanks for coming back. We appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate your support, Albert. Thank you for coming back. Angel laughing at me. She said Carisha. Girl, I was confused. I was like, is that girl named Carisha or Kanisha? Sisbo says, younger men always want to date me. I be like, why they don't want someone right? You know why? Well, let me tell you, Sisbo, a lot of times, and that's why I said I try not to come down too hard on the men, because if they're 25, I don't really have an issue with it, because I feel like, like I said, they've at least got an opportunity to go to college, maybe be in the military for a stint, or something. Do something. But a lot of the younger men are just attracted to older women for the same reason that younger women are attracted to older men. Sometimes it's just, you, like I was saying yesterday, y'all remember how when you were in high school, I don't care what generation you were, if you grew up in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, if you were in high school, if you were 15, you and your friends, 15, 16, 9 times out of 10, you were more mature than the boys that same age. So back then, we would go for older guys. But when I say older, I mean maybe 4 years older, like 3 to 4 years older. I'm not talking about, and some went for guys like even older. But usually, because we knew our parents weren't going to go for it, we would date somebody who was, if we were a freshman or a sophomore, we'd date like a junior or senior. Or maybe somebody who was just fresh out of high school. Okay, but now it's getting to the point where women, those same women who wouldn't date guys unless they were like a few years older, are now dating guys a few years younger. It's funny how the tables kind of turn, because for some reason a lot of young guys are attracted to older women. Now, that said, that's why I say, let me not just keep saying men, because some women do it too. But usually women, they stick to like 7 or 8 years younger. They'll be like, okay, if he's 10 years younger, that's it. Like, women tend to have a cutoff. And I say that because as women, we talk about this. There are, like Sis Bo says, there are a lot of younger men who are attracted to older women. But women tend to have a cutoff. You usually, if you're going to date a younger guy, you usually stop around 10 years younger. But men, oh my, they seem like 10. At 10 years, I have heard, y'all, I heard last week, a 60-year-old man, his butt is 60 years old. He had been trying to date a lady that's like, for like the past 10 years. He was telling us this story at work. And so she's like 50 now. Do you know he had the nerve to call her old and say, I don't want to date her now, she's gotten old. And I'm looking like, buddy, you're 60. You're 60. And are you 75, 80? No, but you're 60. So how in the world are you going to call her old? She's got 10 years on you. She's 10 years younger than you. You got 10 years on her. You're older. So how can you call her old? But see, that lets you know the mentality of some people. To him, he doesn't want a 50-year-old woman and his old rusted butt is 60. He wants somebody who's 30 years old. He wants a 25-year-old. He wants a 30-year-old. Okay, go ahead and get them. And some of them don't even care that those 25 and 30-year-olds aren't going to want them in about 10 years. Some of them don't even care that they aren't going to be wanted in about 10 years. So to me, it's just the mind of a, like Sis Bo said, a creep. That's just the mind of a creep. That's the mind of a creep. Angel says, right, I was like, where are their dads? Yeah, where are they? Because you know what, Angel Eyes, sometimes it's about the money. Like I said, sometimes you'll see the dad and the mom right there with them taking a picture. Or the mom, or sometimes just the dad. But sometimes you'll see at least one of their parents, and a lot of times both, right there taking pictures with them. The child, the girl he's dating is the youngest one on the picture, or her little siblings. The mom and dad, and then he's older than everybody. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. But yeah, he had the nerve to call. I said, this lady's 50 years old that you're talking about, and you're 62 to be exact. And we're just laughing like, dude, you're just a creep. You're a creep. You should be glad if the 50-year-old would still talk to you. Because what men don't understand is they feel like women get older, but men don't. Those men who think like that, they feel that women get older, but they don't. Knowing full darn well they can't hang with these young guys. They can't hang with these young cats. And it's like Sis Bo said, a lot of the younger ones, Sis Bo, I think the reason that they're going for older women is because the women their age are so enticed by older men and their money or whatever it is that they can offer them. They're so enticed by, because at 19, what would Cassie see in Puff Daddy other than money? I call him Diddy, Daddy, Puff Daddy, all of them. What could she have seen in him other than a quick resource to get where she wanted to go in her career? And money. And money. A quick way to get where she wanted to go. And then just the fame of being his girlfriend, just being, it'll go down that she was his girlfriend. And now she probably wish she had never dated him. Now she probably wishes she had never dated him. She got, $30 million? But her husband says that she still has nightmares about the time with him. So it's crazy. And I see a lot of young men because they're saying, you know what, well, since girls our age or women our age, they want to be with these old men, you know, they're starting to look at women who are like maybe 5 to 10 years older than them. And it used to be young ladies wanted someone a little bit older, but not 20 years older. Like 5, 3 to 5, maybe 6 or 7. Not 20, not 17 years older, not 18, 19 years older. Shoot, I feel like Beyonce and Jay-Z are a perfect match age-wise now, because he got 13 years on her. And I'm like, look at these other people. Diddy, 19 years older than that girl. 50, 19 years older than his girl. I'm like, what the hell? What kind of, that's not even a midlife crisis. Like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with you? Just because you see it and you like it, is nothing wrong with noticing it. Nothing wrong with noticing it. Angel Eye says, right, my daddy would have been, what do you want with my daughter? Yes. He would have said, I'm going to need for you to find someone your age. Right. Angel says, want someone they can, someone they can control. Them young girls think that's cute. Exactly. It's giving narcissist. Exactly, Lions. Sassy says, and success. Exactly. Absolutely. Looking for that success. And then I'm just like, it's still crazy to me because there are so many successful young men nowadays, like, and I know they don't feel like the older ones aren't going to cheat on them. I know that's not it, because men and women, they don't care. They cheat at all ages. Men and women cheat at all ages. They cheat at all ages. Sassy says success. Angel says sassy right. And it came with the price of, oh my gosh. Now she probably wish she had never dealt with him. You know, those $30 million, are they coming in handy? Yeah, but she was gonna be successful. She was just like he caught her. She caught his eye, caught his attention. She was gonna be successful. Now she spent her whole 20s dealing with a narcissist. Her whole 20s dealing with a narcissist. Sassy says, Angel Eyes 100. Where Albert go, y'all? I bet you Albert got on out of here. Albert probably said he making his rounds. Albert said he making his rounds, y'all. Albert got on up out of here. Albert got out of here. Sixbo says, I, to this day, have never seen one picture or video that makes Beyonce looks like she's in love. And Sixbo, and that's why I don't understand with them. Like, I'm so used to them now. Like, I'm like, well, heck, at least he was just 13 years older than her. But still, to me, at that time, when they first got together, I was like, this girl like 20. Why does she want Jay-Z? He's 33, 34, however it was. It was like they're basically, you know, he may have turned 34. She may have turned 21. But they're basically like 13 years apart. Now, I'm almost like, that age gap is far better than what I'm starting to see these days. Way better than that. And a lot of people say that, though, Sixbo. A lot of people say that they never felt like she was in love with him. But I don't know why get with him then, because she didn't need him for her career. Like, at least with Beyonce's situation, like we were saying with Cassie and all of them, maybe it's the fame, the success, you know, the access to fame, the access to other people who could propel them. But with Beyonce, they were doing it on their own. They were doing it on their own. Why did she need him? Like, why did she need him? Of course, Jay-Z was a mogul, but Beyonce was like definitely on the path to success. She was successful and still on the path to more success. Angel and Sassy laughing. Hey, April. April Shaw says, hello, everyone. Sixbo says, hey, April. I know, like, Sixbo, I wonder about that, too. You know, I'm like, you know, then it makes you start to think about when people start saying, you know, to make it in the business, you got to do this and you got to do that. And you got to be with this person. You got to be with that person. And it sets up. Sometimes it really makes you think like that. Like, I think sometimes a lot of people are into a whole bunch of conspiracy theories when they talk about what they make you do in the entertainment business. But I do also think a lot of it is true. But when it comes down to just marrying somebody, if somebody's gonna determine who your husband is, that's no different than these prearranged marriages that take place in other countries. I don't show business ain't all that to be making somebody get married to somebody they really don't want to marry. Sisbo says, I'm so serious. April speaking back to everybody. I know, Sisbo, I know. Because it's just like, it makes you wonder though. Like, I'm not big on, a lot of people have, like I said, these big celebrity, this Hollywood conspiracy stuff. But I do know that things do happen in Hollywood and arrangements are made. Like they say, even back in the 20s, when we had those old films, they said for some of these women to, be successful, they had to go and sleep on the couch. And y'all know they weren't just sleeping. Some of the men had to go sleep on the couch because, men were doing their thing like they are now. So it just makes you wonder, like, some of it got to be true. Some of it's got to be true. Some of it's got to be true. Some of it has got to be true. But I'm like, if that's the case, then what can we be saying about these other countries where you have the family, the $1 million families, the tycoon father making his daughters marry certain men? It's almost like that's what Hollywood seems to be like in the States. It's like that's what Hollywood seems to be like in the States. Like people are arranging marriages, arranging relationships. And then when they go sour and people finally just say, I want out, stuff like this goes on. Angel says it took Beyonce's sister Solange to let him know it would. It couldn't have been Solange. Okay. And y'all remember that incident? How B was just standing there. She was just standing there. Now that's your husband. That's your sister. Of course, you're not gonna let your sister touch your husband. Your husband touch your sister. But if you feel like your sister is really wrong, you're not going to let her just whoop on him the way Solange did. Solange gave 0 cares about it. And Beyonce just stood there and let it happen. Because she was probably saying, get him. Because she couldn't. She didn't want it to be her. She couldn't. Solange didn't care. Solange didn't care. Like, you're not going to treat my sister like that. She stood up for her sister. She stood up for her sister. Brilliant says, April Showers, welcome back, Queen. Sassy says, I remember that conflict. Brilliant says, y'all, my apologies, my phone died. That's okay, Brilliant. So if I miss anything, please charge some. You're good, Brilliant. Solange asked her what in the heck is wrong with her. Yeah, Solange didn't give 2 cents of a care about it. Brilliant says, look, Brilliant says she came back. Brilliant came back, but she came right on in at the right time. Brilliant says Solange stood on business. Yes, the famous elevator, y'all. The famous elevator. Shoot, Solange didn't care. Look, Solange looks like, how sometimes you always like, you think of going to your bigger sister when the bully is messing with you at school. Sometimes the little sister or the little brother is the one who takes on the bully. Like, have y'all ever been in school or seen friends in school where they're getting picked on and the little sister or the little brother is the muscle? Hey, the big sister and the big brother aren't always the muscle. Sometimes little sis or little bro comes in and handle business. Angel says, brilliant, right. She put them paws, okay? She put them paws on their y'all crazy. Nope, she didn't play no games with him. Angel, that was you, Angel. That was you. It's so funny. You take up for your little sister, your little brother, but then your little sister, your little brother has to take up for you sometimes. Okay, y'all, that music was loud. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm about to get out of here. Look at Albert, y'all. Albert gone. I told y'all Albert be making rounds. Sassy says, I can't believe that Beyonce just stood there. I guess she was shocked. Yeah, she probably was shocked. And then you know what? You never know. Just looking at them, I don't know. I know, you shouldn't prejudge. But if I look at them, Solange looks like the one who will stand on business in the streets. Solange looks like the one who will stand on business at the high school. Solange looks like the one who don't care about getting them hands knocked up. I don't think Beyonce cares about it either, but I think Beyonce may be more business minded, and she probably, I ain't gonna lie, she probably knew. Wait a minute, it's cameras in this elevator, cause Jay-Z knew. Jay-Z knew. That's why all he could do was put his hand up to try to block the kick. Now, I'm not saying that he would have done anything to her, but I'm saying had he been in a situation where he didn't think cameras were there, he probably would have grabbed her, or something like that. He didn't do either. He didn't grab her. All he did was block the kicks. He took it. Now, most men aren't going to let you just beat on them or kick on them and hit on them. They're going to try to get away. But when you're in a situation with, like him in the elevator, you'll try to, hold on or something. He did not want it to look like he was putting hands on her at all. So Jay-Z's not stupid. He's not stupid. And I will give him that. Even though he was caught cheating or whatever it was supposed to be allegedly about, that he was cheating or whatever she was mad about, he still had enough sense. And I respect the fact that he didn't even try to contain, he didn't even try to hold her. He didn't even try, all he did was try to block the kicks. All he did was try to block the kicks. Because most men aren't going to let you hit them too many times. And they're definitely not going to let you kick them. You might hit them a few times, but then she was kicking. So she kicked him. So I think, that he being aware of the cameras, he didn't even try to grab her and hold her, restrain her. He didn't even try to restrain her. He just blocked the kicks. So I feel like, but Beyonce probably standing there saying, that's what you get. That's what you get. My sister tearing you up. That's what you get. Angel, I says, back in the day, I had a problem slapping people. Oh, Lord Jesus. No, not the slapping people, Angel. Wait a minute. Oh, Angel I says, I am their baby sister. Cisbo said, I had to stand there with my little sister fight so she won't get jumped. And I'm the youngest. I'd be like, y'all better not. I know that's right. I know that's right, Cisbo. Angel I said she was running around there just slapping folks at Liberty, at Lib. Back in the day, I had a problem just slapping people. Cisbo said, Sassy, my sister was always starting stuff. And Sassy said, dang, Angel. Cisbo says, now she was not I know, she said she was smacking people. Cisbo says, exactly, we're going to get a fair, we're going to get a fair or everybody get in touch, okay? Angel said, Sassy, I don't weigh better now. I had to get a handle on my temper. Right. We do. Yeah, we have to. Because, a lot of times when people talk to you and you tell them how you used to be, they can't believe it. That's why I say you always have to acknowledge your flaws, because my temper was very short and it's still short. I don't have a lot of patience. But because I'm trying to do better, a lot of times social media kind of can help you. Because sometimes there's so much stuff that goes on here, and you trying to, I think of it as like, don't get your blood pressure up. Don't get stressed out over people who don't really mean anything to you, and you definitely don't mean anything to them. They don't care about you. So sometimes sometimes things will teach you that you never thought would. Certain things, it's like sometimes I remember searching for patience. Searching to be a more patient person, to not get so easily angered. But sometimes when you're put in certain situations, just like certain situations will make you pop off and be a certain way, certain situations will teach you to be calmer as well. Certain situations will teach you to be calmer as well. Even if it just boils down to the way that you don't want to present yourself. And it's funny to say, a lot of times we'll cut up more in front of family and friends because they know us than we will in front of strangers. But that's just how it goes. Like, you don't, they know you. So they know you. But when it comes to strangers, and that's what I was telling the chat one time a few weeks ago, probably a few months ago, my granddad would always say, y'all better stop that fighting each other. You fighting each other. You fight each other like you're strangers. But then when your friends come over here, you loving up on your friends like they your sisters and brothers. So that used to always make us think. At first when they would say it, we didn't think, but that made us think like you're supposed to. Yeah, you're more comfortable being yourself around your siblings, and so that makes it easier for you to get into it with them. But at the end of the day, don't treat somebody better than you would treat your sister or brother. Sometimes it takes us to, growing up to know that. And that's even when our parents are teaching us that from day one. Because once we get a certain age, we start to meet new friends and we want to be accepted. And we just have good friends or people who we feel like are good friends that maybe years later turn out not to be your friends. But it seems like you treat those people better than you treat your family. And it's like you will try to refrain from an argument with your friend quicker than you will from an argument with your sister. But I don't think that's intentional. I just think that that's because you know your sister better. You know your brother better. You're in the same house. You're going to argue. Eventually, you're going to speak. If you fall out with your friend, you don't really quite know that you're going to speak. Most of the times, yeah, you're back friends, but it takes a while. So I think a lot of us are probably more patient with people outside of the family than we are our family, and it should be the other way around. Now, when I say that, I think patience itself is a virtue, and we should be, as patient as we can be, because you don't want to pop off easily in public. You don't want to pop off easily, in a setting that makes you look like you're crazy. But again, sometimes enough is enough, and people have to just, show you who they are. Sometimes you have to show people who you are, especially when people keep testing you and picking and prodding and probing at you. Sassy laughing. Angel says, I couldn't stand there and argue with people. It's something about the screaming at me. Oh, okay. See, you didn't have the patience for all the other stuff. You just wanted to get down to business. Sixbo says, Angel Eyes, I just bust out laughing. Someone just going off and you smack with mid sentence. Right. Angel says, right there. Not worth it. Sixbo, yes, I'm sorry, but you were quick-handed. Quick-handed Angel. Quick-handed Angel. When I go somewhere with my husband, he's always watching me because he knows if someone pisses me off, he knows I would take flight. Bria says, exactly Lion's Pride. I hate public ignorance. Yeah, when no one gets loud, I get away quick. So embarrassing and ignorant. Yes. And see, and that's what I had to stop doing, because sometimes, like Angel said, you don't got time. Won't have time for the little stuff. Let's do what we're gonna do. And if I see that they're not gonna do anything, then I'm just gonna run my mouth. And then it's like Angel said, her husband's like, girl, oh my gosh, let's go. That's how my family was like, let's go. Let's go. Because it just like you're that way. You never know. You're going to run into somebody else who's the same way, and it's going to be a clash. But, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Angel says, I slapped them with that shut the... Angel a mess. That's what you call it. The shut the F up slap. Y'all a mess. Y'all, see, that's what I like over here. I rather laugh and talk about experiences. It may sound like we did some stuff or whoever did some stuff, but we grow from that. You grow from that, you learn from that. And even if you're still that way to a degree, something has taught us something. So when you come over here, I just want to have a good conversation. We can talk about stuff going on. We can be positive, still uplifting, and then laugh. Because most times that's what, now when I look back, when I was growing up, my moms, my aunties, they used to laugh about the stuff that they did. And now I see why the laughter was so therapeutic, and I see why the laughter was so genuine, because it really is funny when you look back on the things that you used to do. It wasn't funny when you did it, but later you can look back on it and it's funny, and you learn from it. And you took lessons from it that you could pass on to your kids, your nieces and nephews, just to young people in general. Sassy says, Angel Eyes, it's opposite for me. That is my hubby. So you got to look, Sassy. You got to keep an eye on the hubby. You have to keep an eye on the hubby. Sassy says she can relate to you, Angel Eyes. Look at Angel says someone has to do it. Yeah, my office wearing off. I gotta get in the house now. I'm about to get in the house. I gotta get in the shower. But I do thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate y'all. It's always good conversation, always good laughs, and always just somebody teaching something. You know, we come over here to drop nuggets in the chat. So drop nuggets, pick up nuggets, drop nuggets so somebody else can pick them up. You pick up some nuggets. And a lot of times it's just laughter. It's just laughter. Laughter, we want to motivate, we want to encourage, we want to uplift. And nothing we say in these videos is meant to be professional advice. It's just things that work for us, things that happen to us. It's entertainment and educational purposes only. And so on that note, I'm going to tell y'all peace, positivity, and prosperity. Y'all know what it is. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And with chaos and negativity, you fail to prosper. You don't laugh like we just did. You know, you don't get the some of the, you may be going through something today and you still going through it, but at least you had an opportunity to kind of laugh or smile or do something. I hope that's how this live was for each and every one of you guys. Don't let bothered people bother you, and don't let stressed people stress you out. Okay? Whenever you go into somebody's space, their lounge, and they're miserable, whenever you go into a misery lounge, make your way up out of there and go back to your happy lounge. Okay? Go back to your happy lounge. Even if you're not happy there all the time, you don't have to indulge in somebody else's misery. So I appreciate each and every one of you ladies and the young men who came through, Girl Dad and Albert. Angel says, yeah, I have a Karen that lives next door. She can get it too. She can get it too, Angel. Sassy says, I enjoyed the live. I giggle so much I need it. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you. We enjoyed you too. I hope each and every one of you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow is Wednesday, y'all. It's hump day. It is hump day, middle of the week. End of the week, work week is for Sassy, at least outside of the home. You get to go home and be at home. So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk live, okay? I hope that you guys can join me. If you can't, please just check out the replay. I hope you can join, but if not, check out the replay. And I will see you guys on the next one. Angel says, I really enjoy myself. I hope to see you tomorrow. Lion's Pride, brilliant, blessed, Miss Sassy. Bye, everyone. Sleep well. You too, Angel. Sleep well. You guys have a blessed night. Bye, y'all.